Welcome into the Stanford Cardinal Dynasty, where we stay at home 3 home games to open up Season 8 for Coach Bearington, this time hosting former conference rival dating back to Season 1 in the Louisville Cardinals. But heading into this battle of Cardinal versus Cardinals, Coach Barrington wants to see his senior quarterback Gordon Draft step up. So far this season, he's had a turnover a game, 2 in the opening game against Army and 1 against BYU. Though he has thrown for quite a lot of yards and a completion percentage sitting around 64. Rushing, he's had some success, a touchdown last week. And he faces a Louisville team that, though winning 47-16 against Fresno State in their opening game, their defense did not record a single tackle for a loss, sack, nor turnover. And with us having the #1 receiver in college football, we need our quarterback to help elevate him to the top of the Heisman race. So to the field we go in a cross-country battle, SEC versus the Pac-12. As it will be Cardinal set back to return, Bargava will take the touchback. It'll be the 25 where Gordon Draft, Larry Sulai, and Virgil Roland will take the field. And Coach Barrington really wanting to see a strong performance from his quarterback. Starting with a run though, Larry Sulai for a gain of 3. Is their big body DT Vernon making the stop, 2nd and 7. As they go right back to Sulai with the running game, picking up a massive block from Cortez back in the starting lineup today. He's been a bit banged up this season. Bringing out Babineau here at fullback, and he will keep it. Again, getting rocked. Ball is on the ground. Jumping on it is Conklin. Cordell Crowther applying the hit. The redshirt freshman will head off the field here. Going spread now are the Cardinal. They do gain a yard, however, on that play, and had Virgil Roland. That hit takes away a wide open throw in a 3rd and 9. And nowhere to go initially. Not able to step up. Chuck Tranquil will get the stop. Cardinal will be forced to punt. That will bring out the Louisville offense. Couple good plays there for the Cardinal. For the defense of Louisville, they get the first big set. 1st and 10, that's starting at the 12. As they hand it off down the middle, will be a gain of 7 for Kevin Stock. This offense, fairly similar to their defense, put up a lot of points, but no one exactly stood out amongst the pack. The Cardinal will force a 3rd down, quick stop that time on Stock. 3rd and 4. They'll look to go through the air with a check down that is dropped, broken up. Darren Sr., both defenses pick up the stop. Now it's still about half the quarter to go. Good field position to begin here for the Stanford Cardinal at the 44. It will be Gordon Draft on the keeper. Cuts back to the left. He picks up 7. Found a lot of success last year scrambling around. Continuing that here, Babineau checks in. Had a fumble on their first drive. And letting this play well developed. Draft will just have to check it down. Had a couple options earlier, but trying to let that deep pass open up to Virgil Roland, it never did. Instead, it's 3rd down here. Quick throw is a 1st down for George Ball. In the last offseason, vastly improving those hands, becoming a lot more secure crossing the middle. 1st and 10 here for the Cardinal, going back outside and finding Ball. Gain of 6. Moves the Cardinal inside the 40. Safety walks down left-hand side. They're going to get Ball with a little shift over on the right-hand side. Throw it quickly. They find Babineau, who gets out of bounds, a 1st down. Though Cameron Conklin, starting center, looks to be shaken up. As for now, it will bring out Doug Barkow, redshirt freshman. We'll see if Conklin can work his way back in here. But we got a 2nd and 10 at the 31. Looking to air this one out on the dig that nearly gets jumped. Another questionable throw there from Gordon Draft under pressure. It leaves a 3rd and 10 for the Cardinal. At the 31, they'll make that 3rd and 5 with a neutral zone infraction. Draft has shown on several occasions that that voice is NFL ready. 3rd and 5. They throw quick across the middle and held on to Ben Vallejo. A new starting slot man here for the Cardinal. He's made some good grabs across that middle. Babineau back out here as they're going to go his way, try to get a couple lead blocks. He spins off of one, but it's not going to get away. Their big man up front able to track him down. Maybe a gain of 1. Leaves 2nd and 9. As they'll go to the left-hand side, pick up a pair of good blocks. Getting the first down, but not able to hit that edge. Larry Sulai does, however, set up a 1st and goal just outside the 8. Roland in motion. He's going to take that jet sweep to the outside. One to beat. Spins off of another. Turned out to be more than just one. But he beats 3 Louisville defenders and crosses that goal line. Cardinal take the lead here. 7-0 in Palo Alto. Just about 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. A play like that should do nothing but help out his Heisman race. Louisville takes the field. They start back at the 19. They're going to look to air out the ball. Under pressure and throwing it away. I don't know if he was outside the tackle box. No flag comes in. Crowd, they don't agree either. A lot of boos raining down. And not able to get to the outside. Harulahu. Instead, it's a 1st down for Stock. One of those kind of plays that could easily have gone the opposite direction. And a great block set up there by the backup running back. Cassius Sampson was working his way around the edge untouched, nearly got back there for the sack. And then handing it off, it's Dial with a great stiff arm, a 1st down for the Cardinals. 2 great plays there for number 20. Stock going to check back in here. It's 1st and 10. Under pressure, he gets it out to Stock, upended by Harulahu. And that takes us to the break. 7-0 Cardinal on top of Cardinals. Though a close matchup, going a little bit back and forth out the gate. Cardinal got a good offensive drive. The Cardinals putting together a good drive to try to answer. Second quarter begins at midfield as it's play action. Looking to set up a deep ball and finding a perfectly timed comeback. They're down to the 30. Frechette trips to the left-hand side. Letting this one develop and throws well behind his intended target in Dial. Cardinal have been able to generate some pressure on Drake, though have yet to bring him down. They go to Stock, who is stopped. That'll force a 3rd and 9 with 2 spread. They need about the 20-yard line. Again, pressure building. Ball comes out, but going to be well short. Defense will stand and force a field goal attempt. This one going to be about a 46-yarder, right hash, and it will slip by that right upright. Cardinals get on the board, making this one 7-3. With our Cardinals still in front, a chance to grow their lead. Starting at the 25, it's Larry Sulai who will take it down the middle. He picks up 7. So far today, averaging 7 yards per rush at the 32. He's spread out wide, gonna motion into the backfield. A look for him quick here on the screen. Pick up at least one decent block there. Good stop from number 13. Had to shuck off the block and make the stop. He did a great job of limiting that gain. 1st down, though, for Stanford, as it's Larry Sulai back down the middle. Cardinal were pretty play action heavy last week. We'll see how much that's going to work in here. As Gordon Drive does go with it, has to check down quickly to Gomez, who just lowers the boom on their edge man. Will be a 1st down for the Stanford Cardinal just by the midfield line. They get back to it quickly. Play action now rolling to the opposite direction. Going back to Emmanuel Gomez, and he's got another 1st down for the Cardinal. Man to watch out for sure here for Stanford. He's won tight end of the year 2 straight seasons. A red shirt senior this year. As they throw outside, they find Roland. He secures another grab for the Cardinal. They're set up at the 22. Tight shotgun look here. Off coverage for Louisville. Going underneath, they find Bargava, who spins around a couple defenders, slips another. And he's got the Cardinal goal to go here at the 6. Bunch to the right-hand side. Gordon Drafty's making a change out there. Kramer checks in at tight end. They throw his way. It's broken up. A great athletic play there. Diego Free dives in front to break it up. As we get motion here, it's ball draft. He's going to keep it with a pair of blockers in front, and he will find the end zone. I don't think he ever got anywhere close to up to speed on that one. A patient run that pays off. Cardinal, they take a 14-3 lead here about midway through the second quarter. We'll see if Louisville can take advantage. About the 4 minutes they have remaining this half to find the end zone. Check down left-hand side will go as a first down. They find Dante Bouchard, who takes them to the 27. Changing up the look here, they're going to send to the left-hand side. Now motion again, all the way to the backfield is Dial. A whole lot of window dressing for a quick little dump-off that's going to lose them two. Oscar Coley, the hometown hero, making the play in the backfield. They're at the 26. And going with the delayed handoff, Stock will find some space, having to fight through congestion. And if they didn't lose any, they're on first down. It might be a first down here instead. 3rd and 2. Cardinal, they're stacking the front here. And it's Schlegel with pressure. And we will get the sack. Had to loop back around, but they drop Drake. Will be 4th and 12 and a punt with about 3 minutes to go. But taking their sweet time to punt that ball away. Does only leave 2.5 minutes then for Gordon Draft, but with about half the field to go, can easily get there with wide open lanes. Larry Sulai can't keep his feet. And that could have been a massive play. Still a great play taking us through the 2-minute break. Single high safety and play action. Throwing, nearly intercepted. Draft has just been forcing a lot of passes this year when under pressure. 2nd and 10, he's making a change. They're at the 42 spread either side. And going short, he's going to find Roland with a sideline to turn down. He's inside the 15, pushed out at the 14. If he finds just a little bit of space, he could make a lot with it. 1st and 10 for the Cardinal. Back to a tight look, and an early jump coming from the left-hand side will be a free 5. They're going to get Crowther, setting him up at the 9. Thing with 2 spread either side here, though. Draft again. He doesn't like the look. He's making a change. 1st and 5, a minute 50. No one quite opens up initially, and throwing. This time it will be the pick. He's gotten lucky a couple times today. He tried to thread that needle a little bit too tight, and he's going to pay for it. Trying to force that one into Virgil Roland. The window was there. Ball came out a split second late. And the junior quarterback in Joaquin Hunt will take it away for Louisville. And that keeps the stretch of games going till 3. Gordon Draft, he's got to turn things on here in this last season if he's to raise his stocks and have any hope at getting himself into a Heisman race. And as it stands, we approach a minute left here in the first half with a pass outside to a wide open tight end. Finally pushed out at the 22. Dan Stevens, the junior for Louisville. As they go outside, it's to Stock, who will not escape Ty Holly and company. They'll pick up 9 and call their first timeout. As we're inside a minute, here comes Cassius Sampson, and he will not escape this time. They will, however, go hurry up. As we move inside 50 seconds, they're back at the 20. Got one-on-one to the left-hand side. Safety help, though, might shift. 3rd and 13 for Louisville. Letting this clock roll. We're inside 40 here. And eventually someone is going to jump off sides. It's Alex Augustine. He got just too tired of holding his own weight out there. That'll make it 3rd and 8 then with a free timeout. They got 2 in their back pocket. 28 seconds left here in the half. Throwing and dropped by Stevens. They will still be forced to punt. With 17 seconds, we'll see if Coach Bearington will let Gordon Draft try to make up for that interception. They're at the 37. 2 safeties do sit deep, but press coverage on the outside. As they will give Virgil Roland an opportunity. Ball is out. He brings it down at the 12. Timeout called for the Cardinal. Gordon Draft puts that one on the money. He missed a throw just like that last week. He finds Roland. They're down at the 11. 10 seconds to go with a spread look. And draft, he's going to step up here, pick up a chunk. Timeout called with 5 seconds remaining. They can try to look for one more quick pass before settling for a field goal at the 5. And it'll be to the outside, and finding it is Vallejo. Gordon Draft redeems his interception with a Cardinal touchdown in less than 17 seconds. Mark it at 16 as we head to halftime, 21-3. A great way to polish off what was, for the most part, a really good first half of play. Gordon Draft, a couple bad throws in there, bad decisions, forcing some things. Virgil Roland, though, already over 100 yards and a touchdown. Though I don't remember him having 3 drops or 3 pass breakups headed his way. Either way, a great first half as we are up 21-3 against the Cardinals. As for Louisville, they're going to have to find some big plays on offense to work their way back into this one. A good news for them is they will start the half with the ball. Stock has made a couple good plays out there. They found some success throwing to Bouchard, but ultimately they are down 3 scores. They're going to have to pull out some stops, traveling all the way across country here. As they hand it off to Stock, he shakes one, does not shake the second. They will go hurry up for a 3rd and 7. Spread empty at first, though they're going to make a change. Dial and Stock are going to head to the backfield, then Stock quickly going to the outside. Cassius Sampson, he bites that ankle, and down goes Drake. It will be a sack and another fumble forced here for Louisville. With a half of potential free play here for the Cardinal, what does Coach Barrington have in store for us? Starting with a bunch right-hand side, will they continue trying to air out this ball? They go with it on play 1. Good spin there from Ball to create space. He picks up another Cardinal first down. They're at the 32 already. With a handoff, good block coming in from Bargava. Will go as a gain of about 9. Cameron Conklin shaken up again. He checked back in after halftime and is going to head right back to the sideline, leaving a 2nd and inches. Barcow back out here. Pass outside, gets to Vallejo. Draft just dropped that one in over the top of the outstretched hand of the defender. They're inside the red zone. Trying to get a little bit of some pressure. Draft will check it to the grass. Good play there for Louisville. Forces 2nd and 10. Sulai out of the backfield with one to beat. He runs through him but can't stay in bounds. Cardinal down at the 3. Trips to the left-hand side. As they will throw outside. It's for Roland. Taken down at the 1. Trying to polish off this drive. Gordon Draft coming out here in his favorite formation. They're going to get motion. That's Roland. Fake it to him. It's the screen to Sulai. Big block comes in from Ragas. Larry Sulai into the end zone. Cardinal now with a 4-score lead. 28-3 over the top of the Cardinals. But if Louisville can't find a touchdown here quickly, we might see the same thing happen this week that happened last week. The 2s coming in for the 4th quarter. They start with a play action check down here to Stevens. He will pick up about 6. But they've just been checking the ball down a little bit too much here today. They're down by 4 scores. They need some bigger plays. And Stock won't find it there on the handoff. Sets up a 3rd and 2. Cardinal, they're stacking the box. Motion into the backfield is tight end 2 to a fullback form. Handed off to their running back who nearly breaks through that line. Does still go as a first down for Stock. Cassius Sampson potentially saving a massive gain. And corralling him this time as Marquise Branson, one of the O-linemen here for Louisville, shaken up on the play. He will make his way to the sideline, and the Cardinal are going to greet the new player here with a stacked front. Sending the blitz, and it is Nathan Henderson getting the sack. Dropping Drake back, forcing a 3rd and 18 at the 18. A little bit of a welcome to the field from Coach Barrington there. Sending the house, 3rd and 18. What can Louisville do here? It's going to be a sack fumble this time. It's scooped up by Cassius Sampson as he will flip into the end zone. Nathan Henderson with the sack fumble. Cassius Sampson with at least his second career touchdown. And with that score, it'll seem like we'll get the backups in a little bit earlier here. Still about 3 minutes to go in the third, with a massive lead here on the Louisville Cardinals. But honestly, with the depth Coach Bearington has built up here, this team still might outplay the Cardinals as it's a sack. Maurice Alakai, the red shirt freshman, he read that read option beautifully. And he's going to have to find a way to take as much advantage of this playing time as possible. The DT spot is deep with this Cardinal team. 3rd and 13. They will check it down, and there is a stop. Darren Sr. on dial forces that punt. But as the offense takes the field, it's going to be Jewell out there at running back, not Wesovich. Coach Barrington has talked a lot about Jewell, wanting to see what he could bring to this Cardinal team. With us getting a pretty good look last week at Wesovich, a great opportunity here for the young running back. Sorensen, though, he can't get the screen out. Pressure again comes from that big number 74. Leaves a 3rd and 7. Hard count, no flag down despite the jump. Ball is out to Kramer, and he picks up the first. Another pretty deep spot for this Stanford Cardinal team is the tight end group. As we're inside a minute left here in the third. And Sorensen, he's going to look to step up. He slips through the line. Good tracking speed, though, brings him down a gain of 4. At the 42 Cardinal in plus side. They go slight hurry up here, bunch right-hand side. 2nd and 6. And under pressure, Sorensen is going to lose all that he gained, plus more. Chuck Tranquil brings him down and brings us to the 4th quarter, where Louisville has had a net -7 rushing yards today. The Stanford defense has just been too much for them. The Cardinal offense as well has been high-flying. But they've got a 3rd and 15 to go here. Trips to the right-hand side, Thrash to the left-hand side. And they find a play. Sorensen chucks it. It's going to be tipped and then caught by Thrash, who will dive into the end zone. When it rains, it pours, and it has been a poor day here for the Louisville Cardinals. They give up a huge play, an unlucky play. But for the young Cardinal receiver, he will take it. His first career touchdown. And a memorable one it will be. Louisville, they take the field here at the 25. Still needing to find that end zone. They have not done it today, but a beautiful ball over the top of Darren Sr. Doss will force their receiver out. It'll be well crossed the 50. A big drive here for Louisville, just trying to gain a little something back for themselves as they find Stevens. He's down to the 21. Those 2 passes putting Jimmy Drake over 100 passing. It took until the 4th quarter. Looking to pass again here. He's under pressure. Lawton, he took too big of a step inside and then nearly takes out Doss. A little bit of some friendly fire there from the young defensive lineman. Handed off to Stock. A bad angle there from the safety. Doss will chop down Stock, and it does not look good. Grabbing at that right knee. That is where the shoulder landed. Hopefully that young guy is okay. But it will bring in a 3rd running back tonight. Handing it off and fighting down to about the 1. Lawton's there to bring him down. They go back to the run and into the shoulder of James Tuttle. Will go as a loss of 2 for Louisville. A 3rd and goal. They toss it to the outside, and Doss is not able to get the stop. Louisville do find the end zone here today. It comes with their backup running back checking in. St. John makes this 42-10. And the backup defense gives up their first points. Offense will take over their back of the 25. We still got about 6 minutes left to go in this one. As Jewell uses that speed to get outside, he picks up 7. He's the first real elusive back the Cardinal have recruited in a handful of seasons. They're trying to see what he can do here as they get him to the outside again on that screen by the 40 to the 41. He's got a good little burst to him, but he'll go catch his breath here. Wesovich checks in with a 1st and 10. As it's a slant, going to be caught. George Ball, a big gain, about 20. Having to check in with the Cardinal running a little bit thinner this year at receiver. Going to be on the outside. Sorensen, he's going to step up and get back to the line. Chuck Tranquil, he's done a great job trying to contain that left-hand side of the field. Quarterback running has not been a huge part for the Cardinal offense here today. Passing, though, has been successful. Vallejo, he shakes 2-3 tackles, fighting inside the 20. He's put on a great performance this season, stepping up to what Coach Bearington was wanting to see from him. Sorensen making a change out there to spread either side. Going to take away the zig. Sorensen spins and throws away. That one might also be a candidate for a intentional grounding, though not called. Forces a 2nd and 10 here at the 17. As they go back to the air, throw is outside and caught by Ball. Sorensen really putting all of his arm strength to get that one out there as quickly as possible. Heavy look here. Madu in motion, tight end 4 for the Stanford Cardinal. As they hand it off to Jewell. Tries the spin move to no avail. Diego free, meets him on the outside. Cardinal maybe lose about 1 or 2. Taking this one through the 2-minute break. Motion is Babineau. This will be a roll-out pass. They'll check it down to the fullback. He'll pick up about 3. Ultimately, it forces a 3rd and goal. Cardinal, they're at the 3. It's drafts formation. Sorensen rushing it here, but it's going to be Bargava down to about the 1. At this point, might as well keep this young offense out there, see what they could do. 4th and goal. And it's an RPO that Bargava just didn't attempt to grab as Colin Hawkins was coming in. The safety, he heard the footsteps, and he wanted nothing to do with it. It's going to be a turnover on downs here for the Stanford Cardinal. At about the 1, here comes Alpha Ivy, who forces the ball out through the back of the end zone. It'll be a safety forced by the senior linebacker who has just been waiting for his time to shine. But there's no better play than that to go ahead and wrap this one up. 44-10. Stanford Cardinal dominate the Louisville Cardinals. Coming all the way over from the SEC. Gordon Draft, he did have that one bad throw, a couple bad throws, the one pick. It was 70% complete, 4 touchdowns for him on the day, and he got the starting offense and defense off the field early in this one, allowing for some big plays made by the young guys. Thrash getting his first career touchdown, and Alpha Ivy his first career sack and safety. But it seems like even with the negative plays, the good plays are far outweighing those. And Gordon Draft has also got his name up on the board here for the Heisman Trophy watch list. Also on it, and at the top, is the receiver from Kansas State, Njamichael Boss. They have their quarterback, Diego Weeks, also on here. And then Auburn, they're kind of ruining the trend here with the Stanford and Kansas State teams. But Kansas State, they're currently ranked 1. We are ranked 2. Perhaps we have an early indication of the national championship. But we still have a long way to go before we get there. Next up is actually a former quarterback of ours in Trey Sutton. He sat behind Gordon Draft. He sat behind a fair few amount of quarterbacks. He ended up moving on last season to Indiana, and hopefully he's going to put together a good game against us, though I still want our Cardinal to dominate. And speaking of dominate, we have started to climb up to number 1 in all but one of our recruits in Marquez Gee. We ended up lowering the total points we're spending on him because we set up a recruiting visit. However, it looks like we got our motivations incorrect. So we're going to have to change that up, and that might be the reason why we ended up dropping. We'll be switching now to a hard sell for him, and he is grassroots. We went with football influencer, had that championship contender, much better for us. Unfortunately, he's looking for proximity to home. That is an F, though combining with an A+ and an A. But he is scheduled to come on a visit this week, so we should be able to overcome Clemson. And as we move forward from here, I'll start to shift around some points and get more visits scheduled. But once again, we are shaping up to have a very good recruiting class. And we're also shaping up to have a lot of blowout games, hopefully this year, break some records, go back-to-back national championships before essentially this team gets reset. We're relying a lot on some seniors. We're getting some of the young guys involved late on in these games, which is good for their development. Make sure you stick around to see how this team does. Do we go back-to-back, and do we end up getting some really big boost for these young players? Hit that bear icon on the bottom right, or scroll down, hit that sub button, and tap that bell icon, because you do not want to miss the other video we have coming out later today. We're going to be doubling up these next couple days as we are starting a new series, a new game on this channel. Do not miss it. We'll see you later today and tomorrow, where we still are going to have the Jacksonville Jaguars. As for this week, sticking with the normal schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Jacksonville Jaguars, Tuesday and Thursday, and we'll probably have the other series going double for the rest of the normal scheduled week up till Friday, off on the weekends. And then probably next week, we're going to shake things up. I've got it in mind, a better way to do it with now 3 series going, so make sure you stay tuned. A lot of action to come. Stanford Cardinal, stay at home as we host Indiana and former Stanford quarterback Trey Sutton.